So for tonight's assignment, we are going to be working on some things we worked on in class where we have some study tools to help us. So the first one is going to be our plot structure triangle, okay? So as you can see, it builds up and then it comes back down. In order to do this, you're going to need 2 pieces of paper, whatever color, and you are going to draw a triangle on it like this. It's folded in half, okay? So you're going to draw a triangle on it so it meets down here. At the top, you're leaving roughly like a 1/2 inch, and then that's where you'll start draw and then come all the way across till it meets. You're going to need a second piece of paper that you're going to fold in half like this. And so when you fold this one in half, you don't need to draw on it because you just line it up with this one, so both of the closed edges are here. What you're going to do then is cut these out, these triangles. Again, mine might not look as good right now just because I'm on a time crunch, but you know, trim your edges, make it look as nice as you'd like, so that it's effective for what you're using it for. Okay, so now you have 2 triangles and both of them open like this. Okay, so you're going to take the 2 closed edges and you're going to glue them together on your paper like this. When you do this, or before you do this rather, you're going to cut here and here. And you're going to do the same thing to the other triangle so that when you open the side that's not glued, you'll be able to have flaps like this. And you'll label them. Again, you can decorate, and you're going to write the definitions of each one on the inside. Now, on to the second one. The second one you're going to do is a little more complicated. This is going to be your conflict flaps. Now, you're going to need 5 pieces of paper for this, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the way that you're going to lay them, I'll make sure you can see, is you're going to stagger them kind of across each other, okay? So that when you fold it, you have these little flaps, more or less, okay? And I will show you exactly what I'm doing here in 1 second. So when you're going to start, you're going to lay it on your table. So you see these flaps. There's like flap here, flap here, flap here, flap here, flap here. Okay? So then you're going to take it and pick it all up. So it looks like one big, giant, long piece of paper. And you're going to fold this side, fold it over. Okay? So that when you're folding it over, you now have more flaps. So then now you should look, oops, like this. Okay, so you have all these different flaps. What I suggest doing is taking your stapler and first, oopsies, staple the top. It's okay if you have a little extra at the top. Mine ended up with a little extra. Staple it on these sides right here so that your papers stay in place. And then staple it again at the top. And if you find that any other papers are starting to slip out, like the middle ones sometimes will, you can staple again down here to make sure. So now you have your flaps, and this is where you're going to write all your different conflict things, okay? So you're going to have conflict, then you're going to have external conflict, the 4 types of external conflict, internal conflict, and then the 1 type of internal conflict, so that when you are studying, you are able to pop these up and say, oh, what is internal conflict? Lift it up and you can see it, okay? It should be pretty seamless. If you have any issues, of course, message me on Remind, and then we will get you set up. Now, the other one you're going to do is where you have a 1/2 sheet of paper like this, and you fold it in half, okay? So you're going to fold it in half. This is the 3rd one. You're going to cut it into 5 sections. Yours, again, will look much better than mine. You're going to glue one side down, and then you'll have flaps for this, okay? This one is going to be some brief literary terminology. Ignore this example. I'll send you with what it's supposed to have on it. But they'll end up opening like this also. So yours will have like mood, theme, moral. What else did we have? Let me double check before I'm wrong. Okay. My apologies. So you'll have mood, moral, narrator, setting, and theme on this one. And you can also glue this in your notebook. So you should have 3 different flipped type chart things to put in your notebook. Again, you can glue them in there or glue them on separate paper and then staple them in there later. But either way, you should have 3 when you come in tomorrow. And most of you should have the paper that you need. If you don't and you run out, feel free to use notebook paper or whatever else you need. But color it, spruce it up a little bit so that it'll help you remember. Thanks. See you tomorrow.